Alright guys, the Punisher Max 17 here today, and this is a video just showing off some custom transformers that I've done recently. Now this isn't going to be a full review, just a quick little, this is what I've done kind of video. And as you see before you, some of you may recognize this. It's a Fall of Cybertron Ultra Magnus. It's a deluxe class figure. And I just repainted it in blue. Now I did this, gosh, quite a while ago actually, 3 or 4 months probably ago. And this is when I first was just messing around with alclad paints. I painted the whole thing in aluminum, and then I candy coated the blue on with some Tamiya acrylic clear blue, and then just hand painted a lot of the other details, and painted the white in white, of course. That wasn't any sort of alclad. But this is how it turned out. I know it's not technically Ultra Magnus colors. I actually just was really kind of unhappy with how the figure was. I wasn't impressed by the articulation of the figure or anything like that. After I bought it, I just kind of realized I couldn't put it in the pose on the shelf that I wanted. So I figured, why not experiment around with this guy and see if I could customize him. Now this, unlike some other Transformers, was actually pretty easily customizable. Let's see if we can point out any areas here. I guess it's actually kind of hard to show on video, but you can see there's screws here. This just pops out, and there's screws down inside those holes. But basically, you could take this guy apart 100%. There wasn't anything on this that couldn't be snapped together or unscrewed, unlike several other Transformers. A lot of other Transformers have, let's see, you see this little thing right there, just a little silver, just like a silver bearing kind of thing, that connect a lot of the pieces together. Those are the only ones on this entire figure, and you can't take those apart. At least I haven't figured out a way to take those apart and get them back together. But everything else was able to be taken apart, so this made it a good candidate to try out for me to customize. So that's why I did it, and I didn't have any red on hand with me or anything at the time, so I couldn't get the exact Ultra Magnus look, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I quite like it, to be honest. And that is my first customized Transformer, Fall of Cybertron Ultra Magnus. Now next up, we have another Fall of Cybertron figure that's a little more delicate right now. And you can't see it at all, I guess. Let's get this in frame. There we go. It is a Fall of Cybertron Blitzwing. Now this is another figure that when I bought I just wasn't happy with at all. I was looking for Springer and Blitzwing for some time, and it was quite a while before it came to around where I live. And I got Springer, absolutely love Springer, he's a great figure, but Blitzwing was just pretty disappointing to say the least. Everybody who owns this figure or probably is around Transformers forums knows that this arm just doesn't work at all, and you got to go in and sand it down and fix it yourself if you want to get it to stay in place. And the nose cone is made of rubber, which was really poor choice in my opinion. It makes the jet mode just look kind of crappy. The tank mode is the best thing about this figure, but I wanted something else to do with him, quite frankly. And I realized that I was able to pretty easily, just like Ultra Magnus, take him apart and paint them and customize them. Now this one didn't go as well in assembly because the legs here had to be super glued on, and because of how it goes back together and how the parts have to go up against each other, it scraped the paint off of a lot of areas, and basically it's not transformable anymore. Now I'm okay with that because I wasn't happy with it transforming in the first place, and I really enjoy how it looks now. But the Ultra Magnus is able to transform just fine with no problem. This one unfortunately isn't. Now, inadvertently, this, I guess, was a little bit inspired by G1 Top Spin / Twin Twist. I realized kind of midway through painting this that the colors and design are actually a little bit similar. And I was actually quite happy with that. It gave me a little more inspiration and drive to get this finished up and do the paint scheme that I was doing with it. And like I said, I'm really happy with how it looks. I'm much happier with how this looks than Blitzwing did right out of the package. And let's see if I can safely turn this around without anything falling apart or messing up. And that is Fall of Cybertron Blitzwing. These are the only two Transformers I've customized at this time. There are a few others I would like to or have some ideas for, but I have a huge, long list of kits and models and things that I need to build or things that I want to build. And, you know, I guess they're not as high on the list. This one I just did about 2 weeks ago, and it only took me a week and a half or so, if even that. It was a pretty quick build, just it was a little bit spur of the moment, and took it apart, painted it, and threw it back together. So yeah, I guess I rambled on a little longer than I intended to in this video, but these are the two Transformers that I've customized, and I hope you like them. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.